Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about meditation. In this video I'm going to go over what meditation is, how I've used it in my life, and the benefits that are going to come out of using this meditation practice. So first of all, I'll just quickly go over what meditation is. It's pretty much the process of just closing your eyes and focusing on one specific thing. This is commonly going to be something like your breath. You can also focus on your prefrontal cortex, which is just right behind your forehead bone. So the point of meditation is to really increase something which is called mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is essential because it's your ability to focus on something that's happening right now. It's your ability for you to be present in the present moment and to focus on what's going on around you and to be zoned in. So this is really going to help you because a lot of people struggle with having these random thoughts, which we're going to get to in a minute. But the effect of having mindfulness and having good level of mindfulness is that you're not going to be getting these thoughts. They're not going to be able to distract you. And it's going to really help you get into what's called a flow state. So this is what a lot of athletes you hear talk about where they say they're in the zone. It means they're in like a flow state. It's where they're 100% focused and zoned in on the task that they're doing right now, and they don't have any thoughts or distractions going on in their brain. So moving on, we're going to look at something called mind wandering. So this is the opposite of mindfulness, and this is something which pretty much everyone is struggling with in today's day and age. This is mostly due to cheap dopamine, which comes from your mobile phones, laptops, just looking at stuff like TikTok, scrolling on Instagram all day, and stuff like that. So the problem with this is that having this cheap dopamine is, first of all, is going to spike your dopamine, and then your baseline levels are going to drop. So this makes everything else that you do relative to these dopamine activities, it just makes them less enjoyable, less pleasurable, and harder to do. So for example, sitting down and doing your work after you've just scrolled on your phone and stuff like that, it's going to be 10 times harder than if you hadn't done that. In addition to this, it's also massively affecting people's attention spans. So they're always looking at a new video every 30 seconds, they're on TV, changing channels and stuff like that. It's going to make it really hard for people to really zone in and to focus on what they're doing right now. So these are some two really big factors to look at. This is going to also make it extremely hard to sit down after you've done something like going on your phone, and just makes working way harder, way less effective, and you're going to be way less productive. So a study has found, which is done in the US, this is something Andrew Huberman's talked about before, where 100% of people who suffer from mind wandering are in a less happy state of mind. So you're always going to be more happy 100% of the time if you're present in the present moment that you're in right now. Even if you were thinking happy thoughts and stuff like that, they found that people were genuinely just way less happy if their mind was wandering elsewhere. So the number one step to improve mindfulness, which is going to be the goal in this video, the number one thing you want to focus on is reducing the amount of time that you spend on stuff like your phone, your TV, especially apps like TikTok are really bad because of how much dopamine you're getting from every video and how much you're scrolling and stuff like that. So if you're not doing these practices, then it's really going to offset actually meditating. It's going to make the practice, it's just going to make it way less effective, and it's not going to have the same effect on you which you want. So the number one thing you can do is to step away from the social media, especially the worst kind of social media, which in my opinion is TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. Just these like reels where you're quickly scrolling all the time, stuff like that. So one thing you could do here is you could switch to full long length educational videos. This could be stuff like podcasts and just long videos on something that you're interested in. And you could try pick something that's educational, something that's actually going to help you, that's going to be worth your while. So switching from these content like TikTok videos, stuff like that, which isn't going to help you at all, to these long length educational videos, something I've found is really helpful. I've gained a lot more knowledge and I've been able to sit down and focus way more. It's really helped me with my flow state and with my mindfulness. One other thing you could do is just switch to reading. It's also really effective, but a lot of people may find this very difficult right now, literally just because it's hard to sit down and read because of how much people's attention spans have been affected. So the second step is to meditate daily. So you can start off here with 3 minutes. There's an app I use called Mediso. It's got 3 minutes, 5 minutes, then 10 minutes. So you could start off with 3 minutes and then just work your way up. So the three-step process, which I'm going to talk about here of meditation, is the first thing you want to do is you want to be focusing on your breath. So you want to close your eyes and then just focus on your breath and then try and do that for as long as you can. And what's going to happen is thoughts are just naturally going to arise during this process. So when this happens, you want to realize that these thoughts have come up to and have arisen, sorry. And then once this has happened, you want to just take your focus and put it back onto your breath. So every time your mind wanders and then you bring your mind back and you're focusing on the breath again, it's gonna make the practice more and more beneficial. So this is going to be really hard at the start, especially because people really struggle with mindfulness. Their mind's going to be wandering all the time. However, it's hard for a reason, and if you keep bringing your thoughts back, it's going to train your brain and make it stronger and stronger. It's effectively what happens when you go to the gym. Obviously, it's tough in the moment when you're lifting the weights, but then your muscles grow back stronger. So the exact same thing is going to happen with your mind here. The more that your mind wanders, but you bring it back, then the more you're going to be able to zone in and focus down, and you're not going to be getting these thoughts, and you're not going to be mindlessness all the time. And this is really going to help you improve your mindfulness. So lastly, going over the benefits of meditation, we've kind of touched on them a little bit. First thing it's going to do is going to increase focus. I've already talked about this, so I'm not going to go too much into that. But the second thing is it's a delayed gratification activity, so it's going to really increase your baseline dopamine levels. This means it's something which is hard to do in the moment. However, in the long term, it's going to boost your baseline dopamine to a higher level. What this is going to do is it's going to help you find more pleasure in doing activities like sitting down and working and focusing on stuff like that, which is really going to be beneficial, and it's really going to help your productivity. In addition to this, it's going to improve your mood, your mental state, your overall level of happiness. Like I said, it's going to be way higher if you're mindful, and you're also going to be getting better, high quality sleep. But the most important thing, and the thing that's helped me the most, in my opinion, with mindfulness and meditation, is it helps you get into that flow state. It makes you way more productive, you're way more likely to get work done, you get work done more efficiently, and you can sit down and work for longer. So this is overall going to be my video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.